All right, hello guys. This live is also going to go up onto my YouTube, so I'm going to give you a little introductory. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Persis from Manifest with Persis. I want you guys to feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. I post some free coaching content on my page, on my community tab, and everywhere else. It's just a free house over here with all this knowledge and all this wisdom. I'm probably one of the few manifestation creators that just gives all the answers out for free without you even having to pay me a dime. Hello to my beautiful people that are jumping on. Sophia, Jake, hello, beautiful people of Earth. I'm so excited. In this live, good morning, my love, because you the goat, literally. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging me. Greatness reflects greatness. You know what I mean? Greatness recognizes greatness, something like that. There's some type of profound quote there. I'm not going to do a lot of question answering today, but I actually thought takes one to know one. That's what it was. Takes one to know one. That's what it is. Thank you for correcting me, Jake. I'm actually going to do a live regarding why some people don't manifest. Hello from South Africa. I actually even have notes in front of me because got off another coaching call. I feel like all these profound little downloads in my head. And I wanted to come on here and capture my brain and the thoughts inside of it while it was still fresh, basically. So if you see me looking up a little bit, that's because I got some notes here to organize my mind, because Lord knows my mind is a crazy place. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of get into it. Whoever can stay for as long as they can stay, definitely go for it. But this will be repurposed on YouTube. Want to also give a friendly reminder that tomorrow we have a TikTok live at 10 a.m. where I bring some of my success stories, partial, full, and everywhere in between, onto a giant group call of like 10 different people and have them give advice to people that are not seeing results, what they can do and how they've broken through certain things. I'm such a big fan of Snoopy. Such a big fan of Snoopy. But yeah, that's kind of going to be the vibe. And then on Sunday, we're going to do another re-recording of the success story that unfortunately did not save, where a woman got her SP to be head over heels for her in about 2 days. Or was it 3? 3 days. $6,000 also in under 3 days. She doesn't know now if she wants the SP. The SP is begging to be with her and is putty in her hands. That's a quote. That's not me. I'm not overselling. That's what she said. She said he went from having one of the most biggest egos in the world to being a simp. I don't know why that is used as an insult. I don't know. I like it though. I think a man should be the literal heart eye emoji for his woman. And I think the woman should be the heart eye emoji for the man, or whatever, preference you guys have. And yeah, she did a bunch of cool stuff. So that's going to happen Sunday at 10 a.m. as well. I'm going to get into this. Please try to, I know you may want to, give me some love or put some success stories or have some questions down there, but I really do have a solid thing to go by. And perhaps my little speech today or my little informative video is going to answer your question already. So if you're in a good place to receive this is going to kind of be probably a video titled Why People Don't Manifest or Can't Manifest, or Why Some People Fail in Manifestation. But I'm open. I'm open to title options for my TikTok live people that are here. Shakira needs you. I would love to work with Shakira. Listen, I would love it. And yeah, we're just ready to receive. Thank you. And I'm going to begin. So, a couple of common themes that I see in either personal coaching, group coaching, or just the gallery of individuals of 70,000 people strong, or 80,000, I think almost. Did I hit 80? I'm not sure. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say. Focus, Persis. Of common themes of where people struggle is many people in the manifestation community are in the manifestation community first and foremost to get something out of it. Let's be honest. Let's just be real here. At the end of the day, We are selfish individuals. That's all of us. That's me included. That's everybody. We have a specific agenda or something to gain out of doing this type of work. The whole reason that we manifest is because we want something that we do not have, and we are saying that if you give this to me, God, universe, source, higher self, quantum physics, whatever you believe in, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be satisfied. Then I'll be fulfilled. Then I'll be happy and radiant and glowy. And yeah, that's just what it is. This is a big part of the problem. And I, ironically enough, watched a video from a different creator, not manifestation based, but just like self-help and development. And she brought up something that I thought my community could benefit from having the mutual discussion, which is many individuals are outcome dependent. Meaning if I tell them, and there will be other reasons, Melissa, if I tell them to even stand on their head naked because that helps all the new thoughts go into your subconscious mind, I wouldn't put it past some people, especially any of the new individuals that have followed me, to actually execute that, because many individuals are willing and capable to do absolutely anything to have what it is that they want. They are outcome dependent. So if I tell them to balance on their head naked, they may do that to get what they want. If I tell them you need to write this on a piece of paper in this angle when Mercury is like this, they may very well believe in that. If I tell them to do the 3-6-9 method or the 55-by-5 method, and then poof, you get all your desires, they may very well do that because they're driven by the result. They're saying, I want this. I will do anything to make sure that I get this. And that is a big part of the problem. If you are not in this community, first and foremost, and this is just my opinion, you can disagree with me, to feel better within yourself, to know that you're amazing, healthy, happy, loving, thriving, successful, beautiful individual just as you are, and nothing about you has to change to be lovable or to be abundant or to be healthy or to be happy or to be physically, mentally, emotionally fulfilled. This is a big problem because what happens is and let me back up even one more. The requirement of quantum physics, which is what we do in law of assumption, okay? We use quantum physics to manifest, and that's why we're capable of manifesting everything in a foolproof, 100% type of guaranteed method versus law of attraction that's much more airy and has a lot of room for failure, is we're manifesting using physics. Let's go back to Persis 101, okay? There is a parallel reality where you and your person never meet. There is a parallel reality where you and your person hate each other's guts. There is a parallel reality, let's go here, where you and your person are head over heels in love with each other, okay? And everywhere in between. Persis is the goat. I love it. These are the realities. Let's say you and your person are not together. Okay, let's take this as the reality and let's move these to the side real quick. This is the reality, me and my person are not together. And I want to go into the reality where me and my person are head over heels in love with each other.
Using the rock technique?
Not right now.
The window technique?
I'm about to do that. This is what's wrong in the manifestation community. You're trying to say affirmations to get here. You can't say affirmations to get there. You can't. You actually have to fundamentally change whichever side of the equation, if not both, that are inhibiting you and keeping you stuck here. The problem is whenever we're aligned to a certain parallel reality, we're aligned there because our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our assumptions are the definition of this reality. There's no part of me when I'm in this reality that believes I'm in a happy, healthy, loving, committed relationship, that I'm going to be there, that I will be there one day. I don't believe it. And maybe if I do believe it, I definitely believe it below 51%, which is dominant assumptions create. So the problem is I'm trying to do the equivalency of forcing a square peg into a round hole. And that's not going to ever work, because if I pretend, which some people are crazy enough doing, and call yourself out in the comments, YouTube people that see this as well as TikTok people. There are some people that are doing the I'm loved, I'm chosen, I'm wanted, I'm special. But where is he? I'm loved, I'm chosen, I'm wanted, I'm cherished. But why hasn't she called me back yet? I'm loved, I'm wanted, I'm cherished, I'm chosen. But I think she's still seeing that other guy. And then wondering why they don't just quantum leap into this reality. Is anybody guilty of doing that? Is anybody guilty of doing that on this live that's seeing this, or anybody that may see the replay later on? I am. Me. I did. Yep, I am. Yes. So this is a big part of the problem. That means you're doing something to get something. Doing something to get something. And like I said before, that's just human nature. We wouldn't be in this community if we weren't trying to benefit and get something that we don't already have. However, if you're going to have that mentality, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. You know why? Because let's go back to quantum physics. I was like that, but your teachings have helped me switch that mentality. Thank you. In the beginning, I was, yes, exactly, Desi Poo, but you're not anymore. Let me tell you what is the requirement to manifest and to switch realities. You have to become the person that is going to or already has that of what they desire by their thoughts, by their emotions, by their feeling, by their assumption, by their believing state. I don't care how you slice it, okay? All I need you to do is to get your mental in the 51% and above. Think of it almost as a balancing scale. I want your positive assumptions to outweigh the negative ones so that the scales can switch. What you guys have right now is no part of you is convinced that it is going to, or has already happened, but you want to be here. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If we're manifesting using quantum physics, which is a foolproof way to manifest, okay? We have to have the hindsight that depending on what side of the equation or the other I am hurting in, I need to get my mindset in order and say that if I want to actually change realities, I've got to actually change my mind. I've got to actually believe or think or feel differently about this in a dominant way. Once again, 51% and more. Because I can't sit here, and this is also going to maybe blow some people's minds. If you are just doing a manifestation routine once again to get something, but if at the end of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, you're doing your affirmations, maybe you're doing a visualization or two, maybe you're doing some mirror work, but you're just doing it to check off an attendance list, and you're not actually feeling fundamentally more convinced of this new story that it is already or has already happened or is going to happen, you will be manifesting for the rest of your life and get nothing. Nothing. Because the name of the game is change your assumptions. We give you techniques such as affirmations, such as visualization, such as scripting, such as acting as if, such as inner conversation, such as meditation, such as so many different things. Because manifestation is not a one-size-fits-all process. My more analytical mind prefers affirmations, but if someone else's creative mind prefers visualizations, they can still manifest just as quickly, if not quicker, Because the fastest way to always manifest is to change your assumptions about you or about it or about them or about whatever it is that you're after. And some people that are trying to trick quantum physics are not realizing or having the greater perspective that if you don't get your head out of somewhere, you're going to be stuck forever manifesting and never receiving, never getting, never having. You have to, I fold my hands to you guys and say you have to get your head out of your person's butt. Literally, they are not running away anywhere. They are not running anywhere, and you don't have anything to show for by you focusing on them. You've probably been doing it for months or years with nothing in return but empty hands. Doesn't it make sense you need to change strategies? Doesn't it make sense if it's not getting you anywhere? You don't have any more control trying to affirm for them than you do affirming for other things. You don't have any more control. Who told you that? Does this seem like it's in control? Because you guys don't seem like you're in control here. Let me explain something to you. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Let's go Rush Hour. Let's go Jackie Chan. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because some people are refusing to let go of their object of desire, whatever it may be. Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. I thought it was Chris Tucker, but for some reason, I thought it was Jackie Chan. Because you're not capable of removing them from your life, from that pedestal, that's what keeps you stuck. Because let me go back to tricking quantum physics. If you're just saying something to get something, rather than saying something to have the mindset and mature mindset, okay, growth mindset, big girl, big boy energy only mindset, that I am saying this because I have to. It is a requirement by the universe. It is a requirement by God. It is a requirement by your higher self. It is a requirement by whoever you believe in and whatever you believe in, that I have to change myself and change how I see them or see it in order to get anything. Some people are treating this as if changing your self-concept or changing your concept of desire is an elective. It's not an elective, it's a core subject. If you don't do this, you fail the exam and you keep repeating the cycle. If you want to repeat fourth grade again and again and again and again and again and again and again, do you? Click off this video and keep doing that and see in a year if you're still back here. I'm just saying things. I'm just saying things. Like, see how hyped up I am? I am completely fired up because there's literally, I don't know what other language to speak to people in. Some people are not getting it. And I don't know. I don't know what other language to convert this live into, to convert this YouTube video into. If you don't remove your person or your place or your thing from this situation of being on the pedestal, you're not going to get anything. And if what you want, even if it's a selfish human interest, which let's go back to the fact that, this is just human nature. We all want to benefit something out of it. Even if you're trying to selfishly get something, you even need to have that mentality of, if I don't actually do this, I'm going to be repeating 8th grade all over again. I don't want to repeat 8th grade all over again. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm pushing out my manifestation another week, another month, another year. And that's not what I want to do. The way that you guys, in some instances, and this rant isn't going to resonate for a lot of people, or for, I don't know how many it may resonate for, actually. I'm not really sure. But something you need to understand is when you do a manifestation routine and you utilize any of the vast variety of techniques. Oh, somebody just got the manifestation equation class coming up. Thank you. Anyway, if you're not actually slowly but surely, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, getting in a more confident direction. Oh, and somebody got the journal. That's sweet. Thank you. You're not getting anywhere. You're just delaying this process more and more and more. And another thing I want to mention to you guys, think about where and how and when and why we even get eyes for a person to begin with. That's what I call it. Like if you have a crush on someone, if you get eyes for someone, first of all, most probably this person has hurt us. So this is a trauma bond from day one. I would start with the manifestation method class. And depending on your goals, maybe add one more. First of all, you're attracting this person. Let's just use that as the situation. I recommend the extended journal. You are attracting this person from a place of trauma, from a place of validating your low self-concept or your low concept of man or woman in general, depending on your preference. Understand, your ability to get them comes from removing attention from them, what they're doing, what they're saying, how they're acting, how they're behaving, what they're doing or not doing, what they're saying or not saying. If you are not capable of putting them away and compartmentalizing themselves and into a little box in the corner, and going within yourself of your self-concept or concept of desire, you will end up failing. I see my beautiful people, and something about them is just like crying out for help. I had a beautiful woman this morning being like, my person, he always remembers this and he didn't remember this and he didn't reach out to me, and I just don't know what would be your advice. And I know she's not ready to hear the answer. She has been working on self-concept for 5 weeks, but she's still sitting here and seeking validation from whether the person messages or doesn't, whether the person calls or doesn't, whether the person does this or does that or doesn't. If you're still doing that, you're not working on self-concept. You're working on trying to get the person by just mindlessly saying a routine. Now, before anybody calls me out, can you mindlessly say something and still get something? Yes. But at least if you have the mature mindset of, I know by mindlessly saying this, it'll eventually change my mind. Those individuals that are successful are not outcome dependent. They realize that in order for me to even get this person and keep this person, I've got to fix my side of the street, or I've got to fix how I see them, or both. Because let me ask people questions. If I was to snap my fingers, you got what you wanted. Okay, person, place, or thing. Are you strong enough within your mental right now, right here at 11:52 a.m. Friday, January 13th, to keep it? Are you strong enough to keep it based on where you are right now? Nope. Maybe. Almost. I think. Yeah. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. 80%. I love that people are giving specified percentages. No. Let me speak to the people that said no. Let me speak to the people that said anything other than yes. Because if you can't factually tell yourself yes, something needs to be worked on. I hope that the people that said maybe or partially or sort of or kind of are doing the work that I'm putting out here for free daily. And that's why that is getting into more and more confidence level. But the people that are saying no, you're really the individuals that I'm speaking to. A big part of the problem, to add even onto this laundry list of things of why people don't end up manifesting or can't manifest or fail in manifestation, doing the journal, which is extremely helpful. I'm so happy. Guys, please, for everybody that supported the journal, I have more than 300 sales just in the first 2 weeks of the month alone, but there's only 8 reviews. So please go back and take that added step and just give it that 5-star review and just, put a couple words if you want to. I love to read the reviews. This was a labor of love for me for a long period of time, and please just, give it that ranking. But to go back to what I was mentioning. Another reason why people can't or don't or are not capable of getting to where they want to be in manifestation is they have been burned. Let's address this elephant in the room, by content creators. They have been burned by content creators, and you can identify yourself. This is a safe place in the comment section. They have been burned by content creators. Now, I am an educator first. I just come here and educate. I don't really see myself as a content creator. I don't do anything fancy. You see me mess up and do all these things. I don't have any fancy editing tricks. You just get me off the cuff. But a lot of people are unlearning false truths that they internalize to be truths by other creators. And that's a big part of the problem, because some people have beliefs. You can only do things this way. You can only do things that way. It only works if it's in present tense. It only works like this. You have to feel. You don't have to feel. You robotically do it. You don't robotically do it. You do it at night. You do it in the day. How many affirmations before the subconscious gets confused? I see some people putting things in the comments like tarot and psychics. This community is so muddled down with so much false teachings. I feel like the requirement, and this is it's going to sound maybe a little bit cocky, but I think it's true. The requirement is anybody that is interested in manifestation must first and foremost follow Persis first. That's just a default by the app only. Okay? And then if you don't like her teachings or you don't resonate, you can unfollow her and go down the pit of tarot readings and psychics and rocks and crystals and this and that and the whole 9 yards. Then you can do that, because then you're consciously choosing that. And then if that's for you, that's for you. But at least let this app set people up for success and make me the default one following when you make a new account, so that I can control the quality of these people. Going back to what I was trying to say. The main problem with content creators is actually the problem I faced here, which was you guys never fact-checked these creators. The difference here, I did. And that's why you guys have found me and you resonate with me so deeply. People that got burned by content creators and that may resonate with that. You guys did not fact check your creators. You didn't fact check them. You didn't go onto the internet. You just maybe, and I'm just making an assumption here, because I'm guilty of it. So that's why I'm capable of speaking so confidently. Having blindly maybe followed someone because they had a large following. I know I was guilty of that. If this person has 1 million followers, 2 million followers, and they're talking about the art of manifestation, well, my mentality was obviously what they're saying has to be true, because otherwise all these people down here would rise above and say, no, you're a liar. But what I didn't realize is so many people don't actually research what other people are teaching or preaching on the internet. And when I was part of those communities, I was like, well, how come it's working for some people and not others? Then I learned about the placebo effect and a variety of other different things. But so much of what is out there is a lie. I love that for you, Dusty Poo. And the problem is we spent a lot of time, or we have to spend a lot of time unlearning what we learned when we were emotionally vulnerable. And as terrible as it is to say, depending on the actual intent of that content creator, that of what we'll never know, is they may have done it just because this is all they knew, and this is all that it is, and this is all it's going to be. Or they did it because they were just trying to manipulate and get a cult-like mass following from individuals that were emotionally vulnerable, promoting and teaching and preaching things like the 369 method, the whisper technique, and all these other things. Now, I don't say there's anything wrong against it. I'm guilty of having done it. But it's not actual factual evidence, and it doesn't change a lot of people's assumptions, hence why people are still stuck doing it again and again. Because I can go into my mind and imagine and go and whisper in their ear and do all this fancy stuff. But if I don't actually feel better within myself or my confidence level of them, I am screwed. I am screwed. I'm not getting anything out of this. And once again, even if I want to just selfishly benefit out of this community, I'm not doing what is required. Think of manifestation even like this. If you go to a club, you have to pay the cover charge or get out. Go to another club. And when some people just do a routine just to get something, nothing wrong with that. But you gotta actually dominantly believe better. That is your only job, to dominantly believe better. Because I put all the answers for free on my page. Hi, one review says the monthly calendar skips these dates. What does that mean? It doesn't skip those dates, honestly. I was aware that in the first batch of calendars, it did have that typo. That typo didn't come from my end. It came from the printing press. Naturally, I don't have a printing press here, but I have spoken to Amazon and they have rectified that. I've tried to get that review removed because that's not actually what it is in the journal, but I can't get it removed for whatever odd reason. So unfortunately, it's just staying up there, I guess. But yeah, getting back to what I was trying to say. Another problem or issue that people have that can't or don't or fail in manifestation is the fear of judgment, apparently. I have so many people on my calls or in personal training and coaching and group coaching that are like, but what happens if I do all this and I don't get it? I'll be stupid. What happens if I do all this and I don't get it? Let me be honest with you here. Let me keep it a buck with people. If you did all of this, you don't have any choice but to get it. Because otherwise, that would mean manifestation is fake. Manifestation is not an application-based system that says if you're white, approve. If you're black, approve. If you're Hispanic, approve. If you're Italian, reject. If you're Asian, deny. It doesn't have a prejudice system. It doesn't say, do you make $30,000 a year? Reject. If you make 80, accept. If you make 50, deny. You guys are imagining it as if it's like got this stamper. And like I said before in one of my very hilarious law of assumption videos, you're imagining like an old woman sitting in a cloud who is suffering from chronic menopause, accepting and rejecting different people. Oh, but what happens if it's been 5 months? Reject. We only do 3 months. What happens if they're married? Oh, reject. We only do divorcees. You know what I mean? The fears that you have are so comical. It's so comical to me. Because if you do the work, physics would have to collapse. Physics would have to collapse. And you'd have to be way above my pay grade for physics to collapse on your SP that has adult acne and a receding hairline. Okay? Let's just be honest here. Let's keep it a buck, guys. Let's keep it a buck. The last thing. Sorry, people are emailing me about coaching or buying things and it's distracting. And then I have the chat down here, so my mind is mentally stimulated. The last reason that I have here is refusing to do the work. Refusing to do the work. Some people are waiting for quantum physics, the law, the universe, God, source energy, like I said, whatever floats your boat. I don't judge people. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I just keep people in line. My SP does have a receding hairline. You're so gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Is you're waiting for the universe to rewire itself to say, you know what? You've suffered enough in the past. Here's your free pass. Go. Have what you want. You've suffered enough. It's a enabling, if I could speak, of a victim mindset or a victim mentality. The problem with this is I am the leader of the I am a victim parade. Nobody's gonna out-victim Persis. I spent 2.5 years to 3 years derailing my own success in certain areas of my life because I refused to do the work. Now that, well, not now, but back then when I had my epiphany, when I went on my quest for knowledge and found out all the answers and finally got off my pity pot and acted like a woman, things changed. And they changed within 30 days. They got even greater in 60 days. And in, as time continued to go by, it just got better and better and better and better. And I was like, oh my God, why haven't I been doing this whole freaking time? And I think back to baby Persis, which is what I call her, baby Persis, the wounded version of her. And I see and I analyze, because I'm that analytical mind, you know that. What held her up? Why were her panties in a binge regarding just doing this work? And this is what it was. It was this. I wanted God, the universe, whatever, to feel sorry for me. Let's just be real. Let's just have real talk with Persis here. Man, that should be a talk show. I just wanted mercy from God. I'd had so many areas of my life that had fallen apart. My family was evicted at one point in time. We didn't have money to get through the weeks. I had to be portioning out and figuring out how I'm going to feed a family of 4 on this amount of money for this week and how we can, make sure that we had this here and this there and that we still had money for rent and is the water going to get shut off and what's going to happen here and what's going to happen there. And I was like, God, I can't be strong anymore. I need you to fix this. That's where I was. Let's just be honest. I wanted somebody else to fix it and get me out of it. And I think that comes from my lack of education in the law. Because we were also told in conditioning as a small child that if we're good, good things will happen. Well, I was good. I never swore, I never argued, I never fight, straight A's, IB degree, college, never lied, never cheated, never stole. Morally in check, integrity, great, authenticity, sincerity, empathy for others, model citizen, lifetime achievement recipient from the White House in community service. I was the poster child of a good kid, a good adult, a good woman. Why did my life look like this? But now that I'm wiser, I know how and why. I know how the financials got that way. I know how certain areas of my life fell apart. And I know how I dug myself there. But the difference between me and maybe somebody else that clicks off this video is I chose to finally do something about it. I kept this as my identity for about 2.5 to 3 years, refusing to do this work that I now teach and preach to you guys because of how much it's transformed my life and my clients' life and the free people that follow my page's life, that if you don't actually do this, and you continue to stay in victimhood, I promise you, as the leader of the victimhood parade, the president, the CEO, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, the whole company basically, it's not going to work. You'll be crying again when his or her or its birthday comes around and you're unhappy. You'll be sobbing into your pillowcase at that point in time, and you'll be like, oh my God, God, why me? Because that's how I was. That's how I know that's how you're going to be. I was literally like, I just don't get why you can't allow things to go in my favor. I just don't get it. How more good do I have to be? How more of a model citizen do I have to be? I see other people that are actually bad, having a good life, and I'm stuck with this. I was heated, and I was like, I need you to get me out of this because I can't do it. You're asking me to be strong. I'm not strong. I'm telling you I'm not strong. I would have these conversations. I'd be like, I'm not strong. I can't do it. I've heard enough. I've cried enough. I've sobbed enough. I've been let down enough. I've gone through too much. I cannot do it. What did it get me? Not a whole lot. I'd maybe get some signs here and there when I would test to see if God was looking out for me. But guess what? I ignored those signs too. And I was like, okay, now that you've shown me the sign, help me with the work. Help me with the work now. Now that you've shown me the sign, I know that you're here. Help me with the work now. Help me with the work. Because I didn't want to do the work. But every day that goes by, that you don't do that work, you don't show up for yourself, you don't change your assumptions, you don't change your own mind, which is the only requirement in law of assumption. You want me to boil down all the books, change your mind to think that it can, will, or is going to happen. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what techniques you use. The techniques that are going to be the best are the ones that resonate with you. I encourage you to experiment with techniques, see what helps you to form that assumption bigger, better, stronger, faster, and show up for yourself consistently and persistently, day after day, week after week, month after month. I am living proof your whole life can change in 30 to 45 days. Even if you take 90 days, just for added extra bonus time, take a good day, take a bad day, take a day off, take a day to go to the beach. Even if you say it takes 90 days to change your life in one area, what are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? I just don't even understand. And the crazy thing, that I want to kind of close on in this little thing is even some people, I could listen to you for hours. I'm trying to make this like a 30-minute video. I don't even know where I'm at right now. Some people, even in personal coaching or even in group coaching or anything like that, will literally curse at me and say, you've got to be realistic, Persis. I'm not going to stay out of the 3D. I'm not going to do that. I have listened to her for hours. Yes, thank you. I'm not going to do that. Be realistic. And I'm like, but honey, I sound like a mom now, but honey, every time you go into the 3D, you spiral, you question the process, and that you end up in a hole where you're, delaying yourself for a whole week and your package is going by and you're not getting anywhere and you're not feeling stronger or more confident about the situation. You have to be realistic. I'm like, this is realistic, actually, and I don't need to be anything. I'm the coach here. So listen up, Junior. Okay? No, I didn't say that. I should have said that. I didn't say that. I'm respectful. Listen up, Junior. That would have been funny, though. In hindsight, that would have been funny. Some people are still engaging in behaviors that are preventing them from forming an assumption. Think of an assumption as the sky is blue and the grass is green. That's what you need to believe, this conviction with. Let's Google the exact definition of an assumption. A thing that is accepted as true or as certain to happen without proof. Do you believe your new story like that? Because if you don't, that is your only work. Something that is accepted as true or as certain to happen without proof. Because manifestation is all about being the person on good days and bad. Not just being the person when it's sunshine and rainbows, but then you throw it all out the window when there's storm clouds. And you go back to needing validation, and you go back to needing proof, and you go back to needing this and that and the whole 9 yards. That's not manifestation. That's condition. If we go back to what we said before, condition-based manifestation. I'll do this, and I'll think this, and I'll believe this in this type of scenario, in this type of environment. If they act this way, then I'll believe this. If they do this, then I'll do this. You didn't form an assumption. You formed a maybe. You formed a kinda. You formed a sort of. You formed a in the right condition, I'll do this. Either, if you're doing that, be happy with 50% results, or give up, or double down and make it 100. Your only job is to change these assumptions. And no matter how bad anyone's life has been, I truly believe people are in much, much worse situations around the world that rise out of their environment, out of their circumstances, out of their area in the world, and they become the 1% because of this work. Because of this work. You can choose to be that 1% also. It's just a choice. Choose to give yourself worth. Choose to give yourself permission to succeed. Choose to deem yourself successful before success shows up so that success can show up. All forming an assumption is it's giving yourself permission to say, this is who I am now. This is what it is. Because I say so, damn it. Because I say so. Literally. You got me cursing now. I don't even curse. My self-concept course is not centered around SP. That's not centered around SP. I actually got irritated with my group in the very first Q&A that why are we focusing on SP? This is a self-concept program. This is for people that actually have that more mature growth mindset to be focusing on SP. Anyway, you've got me all heated. I appreciate your time and effort in this live to continue to validate the beautiful teachings that I'm doing and to give me and shower me with so much love. I was so shocked to see people in the group saying they weren't doing self-concept work exactly in a self-concept program, which is tragic. But it is what it is. I can only give education, but people will absorb it when it's their time to absorb it. And I can just show up and do my best and teach and preach this for the people that are going to take this live and do what they need to do and accept certain truths and show up in certain ways to convince their mind otherwise. Please do that. And for the people that are not quite ready or not quite there yet, I still hold space for you as well. But understand that the law is not going to change. It's not. It's not going to change. So, yeah. If you want, I see a couple of questions. Are you talking about the manifesting method? Well, a lot of what I'm talking about is the manifesting method, but that's the $23 masterclass coming up in, I think, 2 weeks, where I talk about my equation, which is how me and my clients have manifested everything in our lives. That's on the website. Can you tell us about your workbook? Oh God, help me. I don't feel like uncrossing my legs. Let's just talk about it. It's in my bio, first of all. It is a workbook that has a 90-day manifestation plan in it for you, coupled with weekly accountability pages. Once you start to do the routine for 90 days, I will teach you how to formulate your assumptions, how to create counter assumptions, how to run your numbers on self-concept and object of desire. I teach you briefly the equation. It might be helpful to get the manifesting method or the blueprint that teaches it more in depth. And I give you weekly accountability pages that throughout each week, like week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way up to week 12, that after implementing the routine for a couple of days, you can come in and fill in the pages as and when you have spare time. They're there to keep you accountable. They're there to get you to start thinking like you have already or are going to have this as your truth. You will continue to run your numbers monthly to make sure that they're getting higher and your limiting beliefs are getting lower. And at the end of the 90 days, it's designed to give you that sense of full immersive self-reflection of how much did I improve. Some people do the journal and they go from a 0 to a 5 or a 0 to a 6 or 7. Some people start at a 5 and they end up at an 8. And then of course, it's designed to be for one desire. So it's a 153-page workbook, I think, for one desire. I wanted to do a multiple desire journal, but then you guys would have ended up with a 500-page journal, and that just seemed ridiculous. So since the price is pretty affordable and the quality of content inside is top-notch, A1, I just did one desire, and maybe if you need it a second time, you can grab it. It's in regular and extended edition. Extended edition is just a fancy word of saying it has more scientific evidence in it. It has personal pages out of Persis' personal coaching to give you words of wisdom throughout the process, gives you different art, different weekly accountability questions, so that even if you want to buy it again, you don't have to do the same journal twice. You can get some type of variance. Um, yeah, love that you guys are getting the journal. I get upset sometimes that SP is not fully conformed. Will the obsession course help? The obsession course is the deep dive on how to change your concept of person. So if your concept of self is good and you need to go into the other half of this equation, we start in like 5 days, I think, or 4 days. Please get your ticket to the obsession program. I'm not going to be running a repeat of this program. I'm not going to be running another program like it in the future. Even if people buy it in the future, they're going to be buying the replay. So if you're waiting to get it and you know you have a problem with how you see other people, this helps you to see other people differently. Now, what we know from Persis, you need concept of self, concept of desire. Many people are bleeding in both areas or one area or the other. If your self-concept's good, but your self-concept of your person is down, this is your program to get both of them in the same alignment. If this is down and this is down, I would have preferred for you to do self-concept first and concept of desire second. But if there's only one program that you want to get and you know you have big problems on changing your concept of people, man or woman in general, or a person, this course is going to help put you into these experiences where you start to see yourself as someone that other individuals could just go gaga over. There is no self-concept in this program, though. I very distinctly separated them. Self-concept here, concept of desire here. It's 5 weeks, deep dive, 50-page workbook, weekly lives, permanent lifetime access. Even if you can't attend live, you get the recorded teaching and a support group of individuals that are also going after the same desire. Q&A session as well. So that's all I have to say on that. Everything is under the group coaching on the website. But yeah, I hope this has answered your questions. And I don't have set times for the live streams. So if you're in a scenario where you're live and I'm live and you want to get updates, follow my Instagram, which is in my bio. Apparently, Instagram gives you notifications provided the bell is on much more efficiently than TikTok does. And all the information like Cat Dad and other individuals are asking, if you just click on the website, I've written very descriptive, write-ups for each and every product. You can click on them, you can read it and see if it suits your needs. Because although I don't mind reiterating and repeating the stuff that's already on the website, I'd love for you guys to take that initiative because this website has been very masterfully built and the descriptions explain things so much more beautifully than I ever could. The workbook does not replace the journal. The journal is separate. The workbook is just something that group participants get to have. Everything in my shop is separate. The journal is separate than the blueprint. The workbook is just for private access members who purchase this program. The workbook is actually their weekly homework, a list of affirmations, and different journaling prompts and scripting techniques. That's just part of being in the program. I definitely recommend that, Nadie. Yes. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a doctor, but he's a doctor of chiropractic medicine. He's a doctor of chiropractic medicine. So I'm going to let you guys do your little initiation and sniffing around on the website. I'm going to go relax because today is supposed to be my day off. It's already midday and I haven't even read anything yet or relaxed. And this has been way too long, but it will be repurposed on YouTube and a live will be there tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think it's 10 a.m. or it could be 11. Definitely check the community tab on YouTube. And then another live Sunday at 10 a.m. I will speak to you guys very soon.